Some nice shiny 62 grains. I used Remington 9.8 grain brass for the jackets. And put that all in my lot numbers. Made a code that tells me what manufacturer, what grain the jacket is. The how many grains of bullets are the base. Subtract the jacket from the overall. You can find out what the core weight was, when it was made. Gives me all the information I really need. Though it's not as specific as some swagers do, and they measure everything and get everything right down. For better repeatability as far as that goes, but oh well, this is more than I was doing before. It was just the date. I had the manufacturer of the brass and the weight and what kind of base, but that was it. So baby steps. But yeah, this is I tumbled them for 15 minutes in a quarter teaspoon of citric acid, let me shine, and tablespoon of Dawn Pro, and they come out pretty nice. Beautiful enough to me. 315 of these, and almost all of them are beautiful. There's a few didn't come out perfect, but very few. 62 grain, 22 long rifle. Yeah, get a bit wider meat plat. See, there's one that's not perfect. It's a little fold, but let's see. Let's do a little comparison here. You can see there's a slight difference between 55 and 62. Now, I like to fill the lead right out to the point. Some people like that open tip look. I figure if I fill it right out, I know what's going on inside. There's no, funky angle to the lead or gobby off to the side that's going to throw off the weight. Just a personal thing, but that's my thinking. So, yeah. A little more. And for another comparison, I haven't tumbled this one, but that one is 65 grains. It's not quite filled out, so it would close up a little more. Yeah, I could have closed that just a touch more. '69s, yeah, much bigger. Yeah. See what that is. Yeah, 55 grain. Okay, put this away. Mix it up. Do that. Now. Are all of these gonna weigh the same? No. My scale just drifted. See how you are? The heat just kicked on too. Ooh, wrong button. Don't do that. Now this scale weighs. Get in the way of things here. To the hundredths, which I would like to find something that's real good and reliable. It weighs to the tenths, like the old WOW scales, which I had one die after 2 years, but I can't find anything. And I tried at least 8 different scales and basically sent them all back. Settled on these Brifits, but they don't measure. They measure every 2, so 0.04, 0.06, skip 0.05. So is it accurate? Is it really good? Because you got to round up and down, because I'm really only going to the tenths. And they have a big brother to this that weighs to the tenths every 2 tenths, so it's no good. But anyway, you got a 5% variance to work with. According to Corbin, they say plus minus. Now, he's been good at answering questions when I email him. You know, I've never bought anything from him, so you know, there is that. But I never thought to ask, is that the full range, or is that either or? You know, is it 5% or is it 10%? You know, if you think about it that way, it's it. But if you go the tight way, 62 grains gives you a 3.1 grain leeway, which is pretty good. Let's see, what would a 55 grain be? And I found 62s shoot much better in my gun. Way better. 2.75 grain variance for 55 grain. Now, I'm finding I'm not varying more than 0.2 of a grain. So, well within. Let's see. Let's see if this thing is sitting good. Should be 262. Yeah, 77162. So that should be good. Okay, right on. These things take a beating. That's why I need ones that are good. Yeah, that's still 62.1. Yeah, got to manually round it. Oh, whoop, there's one. NFG. These. I didn't catch that. I put it on point forming upside down. Makes a beautiful ball, but the base isn't good. And someone in a forum said some of the when they did that, they were some of the worst shooting bullets they'd ever shot. So I'm down to 314. Okay. 62. Oop. Still rounds down to 0.1. Down to 62.1. 1. Okay, we have a 0.2 of a grain swing so far out of 3.1 grain tolerance. Corbin's is saying 5% variance. You won't see any difference in accuracy. I just want to show this because people have asked how consistent do they come out weight-wise and stuff. Because if you think about it, you buy a box of projectiles from any company and you start weighing them, and there can be a pretty good variance. They can get pretty crazy sometimes. You wonder what the heck was going on. My guess, I don't know for sure, but this is my guess, is they're using lead wire and cutting it to a specific length, which is reasonably accurate. But still, and then just, run it through a swaging machine. And with this, I'm casting the cores and then putting them through a sizer, which makes them all the same diameter and squishes them the same length. There's a small variance, but if I trim them down really nicely, cut that foil off just right, they are so close it's ridiculous. Very little difference. And but if you're making for a wide gamut, it's just as easy not to. But that's my thinking. That's probably what they're doing. Just running wire, chopping it. I've seen there's YouTube videos out there of people who make it's mounted to a bench, and it's just cutting, to manually cut the wire down to size to get the weight they're looking for. And yeah, but wire is expensive. There are extruders you can get for hydraulic presses. to make your own, that is an option. But, you know, that's a whole different ball game. But yeah, so far, I haven't seen anything more than a 2/10 of a grain variance. I mean, there's one, the version on 2.5 tenths of a grain. Yeah, not even grains. So, yeah, I'd say pretty good. I'm not about to complain about it. And even, you know, when you're weighing things out, sometimes you get them in the wrong baskets, or, you know, your scale drifts a little bit. And even so, these are, you know, this consistent. So it's hard to really cry too much about that. You've seen a handful hitting right on. All right, well, I will leave you with that. Have a good one. God bless. See you. All right, I'm going to roll in some pictures of what you can do as far as the points. Basically showing that it's up to you. You can do whatever you want. One is a photo of a 62 grain soft point, which they can be fragile. It just depends what you do with it. 65 grains have, you know, more mass to the soft point, so they're more rugged. I show a 65 grain soft point and flat. You know, like these are flat, and a 69 grain, which is yeah. Surprisingly, the flat point actually chambered, cycled, shot, flew better than expected. But yeah, it's kind of the extremes, which is, I find it pretty cool. So let me roll those in. All right. Yeah, good one. God bless. See ya.